Been fluctuating between somewhere between 17 to 25% of total revenue being in our email flows now, which is obviously a huge deal. We're talking about saving sales at that level. Getting 25% more revenue that we wouldn't have had before means I've already paid off what I invested with you guys when I initially came to you.
All right, welcome in everybody. This is going to be another testimonial call with one of our clients named Mark. He's the CEO of Snaptrack. We basically set up his core flows for him back in the month of January, and we launched them in February. And since then, we've been able to generate him around that 17 to 25%, all coming in from email. So just so you could see everything from February 8th to March 25th, or we could even do March 26th, which is today. We've done around $40,000 in revenue. Around $7,000 has come in from just email flows, as you can see right there. And everything is all from just our core email flow setup. So once again, the rest of this video is just going to be a quick little testimonial call, just going over his experience, how he liked working with us, and obviously the results that we've gotten for him. If you want to get this email flow set up, it's the first link in the description. Let's get into the video. All right, welcome back everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Today I'm here with Mark. Mark, if you could please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your brand, that would be amazing.
What's up? Yeah, I'm Mark. I own Light Up Services. We do service-based business on one side. Other side, we sell basically track systems for permanent lighting.
Yes, sir. The man behind Snaptrack. Nobody knows him. Nobody knows him, but he's a leader in that entire industry.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, love it, Mark. How did you hear about kind of like my company and like the our email marketing services and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, I saw an ad on, I think, Instagram. You guys do a really good job with your ads. So I was retargeted a few times, and I was interested, so I reached out. Figure why not?
Yeah, that's what we get a lot. We get like the ads from my face like show up like 4 or 5 times a day.
Oh, they still show up, yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect. But what was your email marketing setup like before we worked together? Like, what was set up on the back end? Like, did you have anything set up there before we started working together?
Yeah, no, we didn't have anything set up in Klaviyo or even basic automations for like a banding card or anything like that. So we had pretty much nothing. So we had 0% coming through email, and then that's one of the big reasons why we needed to figure out that bottleneck.
Gotcha. And why was kind of that lagging on your end? Like, why was that kind of, why weren't you able to set something up? Like, what was kind of like your personal bottleneck on like why you weren't moving forward with your email?
I mean, same thing as probably a lot of people. I'm really busy. Like I said, we have 2 sides of the business, so I'm working a lot. So I didn't want to really put the time into building it. Plus, I wanted it to be built well. I don't have that kind of capability to be able to build what you guys are able to build. So I wanted somebody who had experience and could put make something that was branded. That was really important to me, to make sure that it looked like my brand, the colors matched, the format matched my brand. And yeah, that was the main bottleneck there.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes total sense. And then, so you've been running this business for quite a while now. And obviously, you know, you had like this kind of bottleneck of like the timing issue. What made you finally decide to like actually invest in proper email flows? Like, what was that kind of like thing on like, what made it to the top of your to-do list? Basically?
Yeah. So to be honest with you, this is a little unique in my situation. A lot of people may be on their first or second store, something like that. I did have an e-commerce store before, and I did have Klaviyo Flow set up, so I understood the value. The main difference is I didn't have the kind of results that I had with you guys, because in that business that I had, it wasn't like custom built. It was what I built, and like I said, I'm not the best at it. So I understood the value of that, and so that's why I decided, you know, I'm not going to try to do this myself this time around. I'll just get it done the right way.
Sounds good. Sounds good, brother. That makes total sense. And then going from not having any email flows for this business to basically grabbing our email flow setup, the ones that we set up for you, what have your results kind of been like since then?
Yeah, so we've been fluctuating. So we've been up for maybe close to a month now. We've been fluctuating somewhere between 17 to 25% of total revenue being in our email flows now, which is obviously a huge deal. We're talking about saving sales at that level. Getting 25% more revenue that we wouldn't have had before means I've already paid off what I invested with you guys when I initially came to you.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. What kind of like one piece of advice that you would have for other clients to get most out of our services? Like, let's say somebody is going into our email flow setup. What would be like the best way for us to understand your brand, or, all that type of stuff that you did?
Yeah.
Helped us.
It's a good question. I would say try to be as clear as possible with what kind of messaging you want, as well as what brand assets you want to include, because you guys did a really good job with the color themes and also matching the branding even on things as small as like button shape and just like flow. The way things were written were very clear and kind of matched the way we wrote on our website. So I would say just try to give you guys as much information as they can, and be very clear, because you guys are capable of executing on those things. That was one thing I was scared of going into this. So that was, my mind was put at ease when I gave you guys everything I could, and I did that on purpose, thinking, okay, I don't even know if these guys will be able to pull off what I want, so I'll just try to do as much front-loaded work as I can. And then I gave it to you guys, and you guys blew me away on the first rough draft. So
Yeah, I'm glad. So yeah, you'd say that we were able to get like your brand voice, your brand tone, like the
Yes.
just overall continuity of everything was the same from the email side and your website and everything.
yeah, I'd say the brand voice was better. If you guys had website building services, I'd probably have you guys be looking at building certain parts of my website out. So yeah, definitely was a great match. I think it's a big difference between just having some random plain text emails versus a branded page that really pops and grabs their attention and makes them feel like the path from website to email was very smooth, or they want to engage with the email.
Totally. Perfect, Mark. And the last question that I basically have is, like, let's say there's a brand owner out there and they're on the fence about investing in our email flows, or they're contemplating between our company and a different company, something like that. Like, what would you say to that person?
I would say if you're worried, like I was, like I just said, about them not being able to execute, because obviously we all know the age-old story of hiring an agency that sucks, an agency that doesn't care. They get the money from you and they give you a crappy product, right? We've all experienced it. And so the one thing I would say is, from my experience, like I said, the first rough draft that I got back, I was very impressed with all the branding. There wasn't even like, it was very, like, you guys actually dictated the flow of the emails and also the brand voice in such a good way that I didn't even have a lot of edits for you guys, because you guys actually came up with your own ideas of how can we use these different products in a good way, and how can we like use your expertise in actual copywriting as well to actually write good copy too. So I would say don't worry about the quality of the emails, because they're going to be great. And your customers are going to be very impressed when they see the branding and the copywriting.
Perfect, Mark. And then just the last thing, like overall, like the communication side, like when you did have like those small edits, or like when you did, want to talk to somebody on the team, like how was your overall experience in that sense of like the communication with the entire team?
It was great. It was really quick responses overall, and there was no complaints. There was a couple different places where I wanted multiple edits at different times instead of all at once. No complaints there. It was just, okay, we'll get it done, and usually it was done within like 8 to 12 hours usually of full edit. So
yeah, perfect, Mark. Well, I'm really glad that we were able to get this all set up for you. I'm really glad that we're able to get amazing results. 17 to 25% is not just some small little like pocket change,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we're able to get this done for you, Mark, and we're building out more flows. So appreciate you for taking the time for this, and
Yes, sir.
yeah, appreciate you so much.
Of course. Thanks, Milan. I really appreciate it.